The program is still listening to now. Good morning, Salone. We come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today, we dey look at the living condition of Salone people. Who say we get different success them for come at the program.
But now, yesterday, Radio Democracy been send reporter them na different parts them na free time for talk to people let them self talk but some party struggle that they go through. But we listen to them different voice of people there so they will come back in the studio and engage with studio guests them.
It's the worst. It really worst. Because ski man like me, 3 years ago, I no get job. How I live with my family na by magic. If I not trust the Almighty God, I know how they feel. But when I get anything, where would they blame? Or who they trust na God, now they trust. But forget we hang too much for now. They really are trending. You skill man no get nothing for do. I think we don't know what thing for do, but we ask God in favor. For let God come into intervention, but it's not easy. Yeah, not the leadership. The regime, therefore think for the masses. The people the way if you say, then they lead. Therefore bring up strategies, bring up companies, find ways out at least for employment for improve. So that you young man look push the all man just because of idleness, man they will take something if you see no one just take to mind like die, you will take drugs. So all them things are just because of provision only for job. Because if abuse it, I don't to drug will at least will affect your system. All them things they will go see videos of drugs just because of lack of jobs. Me as skill man, I know I do, but just because I don't get a job. I don't get no option for sit down. Don't really do like other people take push. No. Because I don't used to have drugs. But the one if you say no get that thinking for say you not responsible. Because that's me na a family of 4 children. But now me picking this year I no go enter college. I get requirements. But at the end of the day, you no go enter. So I get for plan myself to enter college next year. So all them things and if I get better opportunities for job, I think me picking for don't enroll this year. So all them things and they not easy, but there's option. But we break the leadership. At least let them make provision for the youths. Let them make provision for young men. At least let the idleness less. But the idleness is beaucoup. Well, optional though. So if they ask
brother, this standard of living in this country, now so no more. From time memorial, from one big man, you just get for fight, I get for strike. Just that. You know, just you don't know like host, you get utilities like no. You get for find a way out for at least get you survival. The standard of living for me is okay. For me, I'm satisfied with it. Us, I able for come with me initiative. You know, they want the way they all are so team on team. I don't want the free time, they pass. The land they up like me so. Now last letter come. I know my investment in my agricultural farm. I don't do. You will find out say, I mean, this past season, the chiefdom, one whole chiefdom, over 25 hectares of cassava farm. Sheep and free, all mango wood Taiwan's. Me, protect a farm presently, my brother. Now me they say go start yonder. You did my and then you say because the cashew farm, and then investment in there they do. At least for make it clear, then let me say get me on living there. So for say Timona, no, my brother, the people them get for think and come with initiatives on how they forget the living. I don't think I've fit on many years. I see much achievements I'm able to get them. I go the other way. I diversify, I will go apply. My parents they get vast land. I utilize that land. When you go there, they see me goat farming, sheep farming, you understand, and poultry, even cattle. I get cow there. So all that here, you know, we sit on free to sit on the house. Now, all the area where they get money, where if you check, the one that we sit on free to, then our office, then our this, that position there. When you look at it with me, you need to compare. I took the cow I sell me, brother. When I for start business, I able to start business. I able to do a lot of things. Me rest where they work. Maybe any farm. All those things, here for think wise, I work on it. I went up and not get 1 cent. Nothing. I started it on my own. Now get capital, wait for our higher labor at the higher labor. For work, let me find. And do a lot of things there. So, sitting in free time, me, I don't see an use with him. Them boy, I just this place, they do nothing. And then they Allah, then just one more, then free money. What's that you get? You go just na bar, sit down na ghetto, smoke this that. They expect that and go give almost million. No, go to the farm. Let's go to the farm. The farm, then they apply. Let me utilize them. All this idleness and this this idleness, these boys don't want to do anything. They just want to have things free. I cannot get it free. No, you have to go in for it. So that's it. That's my take on the economy or whatsoever thing you're talking about.
As a who not great man, you know they go well. Because they find it difficult for getter. For me, not correct, not fine. Because why, like me so, by the machine, bike, how they ride. Any day, sometimes they say they owe me per 2 times per day. And they pay, sometimes when they owe me, I go pay 200, 150. If that they come up at me per day, I get me my salary pay, I get me your own family, then also I go able to support them. If that they come up at me per day, so I go very discouraged. But what you make no one left is the right they see the force they do and back. We no one go thief, neither will disgrace. Other job no dey, I make they still dey continue for do back. Accidents, yo, I for go call the job there for we. It's like you get the minister, honorable councillor, we there for do that thing there for we. But why you know they? So for me, aside they no good, we are let the president sorry for we. For the let you even talk to the police and let them go down power small. There's the one power see.
Really improve fine, really come out fine because we dey suffer, we dey strain. Business stronger, until no money. See for it being na work. So let the government count work for we, the people low back there to how they survive. The government help the people in Salone. May improve, may count but work there. May they take employees there because we want to, because we strain.
Alright, we continue with the program. Good morning, Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. 11 minutes past the hour, 8 o'clock, like 10 from studio clock. We continue with the program and we come back to we studio guest them after another listen to some voice of people where Radio Democracy been talked to and then self raising concern and waiting and want for the government to for them. Earlier we talked to Josise, one of the head of the strategic communications unit. If we don't try for give some part the reason them we make things stronger now the country according to Ghana because of the coronavirus will be hit all over the world and save the Ukraine war will make some parts them na the world they suffer now. They bring in Kamokaba, when a member of the APC party, when the main opposition party, and na the party we come out na governance with the Salone People's Party led by His Excellency the President Julius Maada take over. You don't listen to some of the premise where Joseph be the lay and self concern of some people they will talk to. As a government way, as a party we be there in government. And during that time the your own party self in governance will be go through some crisis them, we get the Ebola outbreak and some other one them. Firstly, from the APC perspective, I wanna think about the condition of living for people in presently.
Thank you very much, Khadija. I'm not really surprised where government they come with hurry of excuses them about why things they know they happen. So they are always focused on looking at the impossibility of things. But I will break this down in a simple analogy. Somebody will not sabi swim if you jump in a salt water. You know that weed waking floats in the salt water. They grip and they fish in a rock. And waiting we don't observe. We see a group of people where they don't take governance, where they not be ready for it all. And when they come, they don't work with the people who always sabi, the master sabi people who they don't pull their all. So they have a government where they not able to manage at all. Because the crisis right now, not to just one country, just rightfully Mr. Abubakar Josi stated, now global issue. Global issue means that every country get to find ways and means be creative for manage your own situation. This government not they manage with your own situation at all. All they are doing is blaming. Of course, we been get Ebola. in those years. But we manage the situation also for that we stay on top. As we speak right now, just like you don't hear the vox pops from the people them where they don't talk to. One way I really feel pathetic for is say for itself na work. For itself na work. And evidently the global hunger index, which is the GHI, Sierra Leone now one of the 10 most hungriest countries in the world. And in that 10, we are 5 from the bottom. So which means we are really very, very hungry. Why is that happening? We know say, and by the way, Mr. Abubakar Josi say, they not cut no 20 million per barrel per day. OPEC not cut 20 million, now 2 million OPEC cut per day, just for make that correction for the public. And it not affect the price at all. But we see with oil price, the pattern in which it increase, now by, when it increase now by 3,000, when it go down now by 1,000. And sometimes the oil price can reverse greater than it been go up in some cases. All of that we don't see. And waiting the trickle down effect of the fuel in price in the market, that the prices of goods and services, everything don't go up. Everything don't go up. Palm oil don't go up na 10,000. Pepper don't go up per cup na 4,000. Rest in price don't go up, it don't more than double. Transportation don't increase. Yesterday, I tried for buy one lemon. The woman say 5,000 for one small lemon. And this government get the audacity for even state that then people them produce them not $2 than they buy with. And that is really unfair to the people. If then people are not increase the price of their produces then their produce for make them match the dollar rate and the increase in price in other things. So which means you don't afford for make the people, the big one they wouldn't get, make them use life steady. Then the small one there, whether they live on subsistence farming, may them perish. Because at the end of the day, when they sell their produce, what they get for do? They go for pay lunch. And every time they buy lunch for them picking for go school, it based on dollar. It based on what they buy mayonnaise, butter, etc., etc. Then they get for buy rice. Rice na dollar the influencer. We not able to grow we own rice. We don't talk about tomabom. We don't talk about bondapi. We don't talk about all them places them bully lands there. And we are doing nothing for make we able to produce rice, so we not go buy rice. These are the issues. Basic commodities. Now Maggi na the market na 3 for 2,000. And etc. etc. Transportation from one point to another is so high. What in the people that go do now? So the waiting and the sacrifice, now then living standard. They have to eat less. Sometimes 1 meal a day. Even some people forget that 1 meal a day. It's very, very difficult.
Would they come back to you, Karamo Kaba? They listen to Karamo Kaba. It represents the All People's Congress Party inside the program. And today we look at the living condition of Salone people white in Tranga. And we don't been come out to Josie. Before we go for that break, Karamo Kaba highlights the area them waiting see people they suffer. But when you talk about the plight of Salone people, when you talk about to government officials, then go point finger say, now we inherit this problem from the party we been left power. And now your party been in a power before then can have power. So make people think see when it comes to the suffering of the people, the APC and the SLPP are the responsible. Nobody no get the height for condemn each other.
Yeah, Musa, I really not can have for defend a government we don't rule 4 years ago. Now the same blame game. Yearly way Mr. Abubakar Josi say he give we array of excuses. And in fact he say now global crisis, he say not to the making of a government, not the making of you. We cannot go back there and say that the making of that government. But challenges are always there and you get for manager. But what in this government they do, they not speak to the people. They not speak to the people of the country in terms of managing their needs. What in this government they speak to now the international, global ranking and then the MCC, now they speak to. As long as they get their rankings, then they come and begin perambulate all over the place and boast of her. And at the end of the day, how the index, the global index, they reflect on the people? We know this young. Now then the boast of the MCC, yes, we don't get compact. This is something we're proud of. But is this compact going to materialize? because we heard the U.S. ambassador say compact depends on continuing democratic good governance, investing in people, etc., etc. And that is not happening. What we see happening is increasing suffering of the people. For instance, they say there is a whopping about 30% investment of the people of the national GDP. Of course, that is a great number. MCC no they come for can see how that they reflect the everyday people picking at the ground. What they look now the determination, the commitment of the government to that. So then you look at the picture and say, oh, this government will invest 34% of in GDP on the children. But at the end of the day, what happens? You see how the mass passes they will get in what and other exams then. But you know what? The universities, they don't doubt that. Now they don't conduct entrance examinations then for make the same picking they will don't pass with flying numbers, and they are not able to go to colleges. So what in this country they do, what in this government they do, then they put the lives of our young people at risk, they endanger their future just for make them speak to the global indices and the global index and rankings. And this is really wrong. This is deception, political intrigue upon political intrigue. Then they do it in all areas. In freedom of information, they don't pass the rights to access of information. They don't pass the important way now part 5 of the Public Order Act. This is all right and good, but what is happening on the ground? Muzzling of the press, muzzling of CSOs, muzzling of political parties, and also another important thing where because these are all things that they develop, because if you listen to criticism, you listen to critiques of your government, and you listen them properly and do the right thing, things then they happen. Even the death penalty where they remove, they ignore the extrajudicial killings that wouldn't they happen. These are all wrong. It's not good for the economy. And now they bring they open the investment environment. And now they bring a businessman for me them work. And government not go able to employ the entire government employees less than 200,000 people. Would I get for employ them youth then in the street? Now the business is where in the car. Right. And government get for stimulate the economy by investing. Well, what I mean by investing, when the APC been there in power, they invested in all of the city and town roads, 16 to 18 kilometers everywhere. So what that does, even the town of Port Loko, when they make that road, then they employ the youth there, and the youth then get spending monies. They go to the nightclubs, they go to the bars, they buy in the boutiques. These are all things where they stimulate the economy. But these people they don't consider no more. Boop, nothing they know they do. For Musa who left their roads, then I didn't they. For Musa who left development, I didn't they. But every now and then they talk about the MCC. They make a big show out of corruption, but they are not going after themselves. They are going after previous government officials. Right. And then figures then they look. And let me tell you one important thing what I want to make in terms of the deception where they happen at this country in terms of government versus the people. The MCC scorecard then get what they call two hard hurdles. That is passing fighting corruption, and then also a governance environment. You have to pass them two things then before they even consider you. If you pass one, you not pass the other one.
We go carry with you another.
No, I want to tell you how the CSOs then they play. Yeah.
We go carry with you some other time for talk about
the
MCC.
This is all part of
they look at the condition
global,
of living.
It is all part of the global reasoning. We now want reasoning for why the people are suffering, because these people don't focus on the people. They focus on global ranks, they focus on global indices, they focus on MCC, etc., and the people are suffering on the ground.
All right.
So we have to show that. We have to demonstrate it.
Continue for the
Thank you, Khadija.
We'll come back to you, Mr. Kaba. We come now to Abubakar Josise. We come out from the Ministry of Information and Communication. Earlier, where you start for the premise, for sake of the reason them way make people say Tintranga na the country. Talk about the COVID-19 when a pandemic we hit country them all over the world. You also make mention of the Russia and Ukraine war, where now some of the reason them according to you, but country again we suffer because of them reason they are so where you give people they see them governments and they make efforts for ensure say the citizens they not affect them that much. Effort in the sense by raising the wage bill and self create more opportunities for letting people they also live comfortably. But now Salone so the wage bill still remain the same. People and they grumble say work no day, they're not even able for make money. What in governments will really do in terms of them concern there so?
Okay, so let's start this way. Let's start for tell me what I for say. Say we not get good people there for handle things.
I stand to be correct. I don't say that. I don't say we not get good people.
Talk about what you say.
I say when I meet people who wouldn't sabi the master, sabi people who already did it already.
Anyway,
no, we talk to the.
One we speak to the topic.
Start for emphasize. No, we speak to the topic.
One thing I want for start for emphasize now. Now that this government will get some of the best brains so this country will ever proud of. People will know how to handle things. Than they without question. Yeah. Now, before I really come to the question we ask, I mean just the two scenarios. Ebola, that be an epidemic. It says it all. Small corner effect. Mano River Basin, we Guinea, Liberia. From the fastest growing economy, now dense be say fastest growing economy, what will they make hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars from we iron ore, fastest growing economy in just 1 year. Where Ebola carry this country, now the Mano River Basin, everything vanished. They eat all the Ebola money. The country that now the same one broke down the country, then declare the country austerity. Austerity, what it simply mean now total broke down. Not the nine austerity. Una be here there. And tell the common power, they never tell you austerity run. That's the economy where Persebio inherit. Economy in austerity, economy where nothing not it. When not get left, not get right. That is not an economy you expect anyone to come and fix in 1-2 days. When Obama been get economy were affected by recession in America, he do first time, he tell us say he need more time for fix them. And by the end of his second time, he will fix it. That was 8 years. Una then about 11 good years. Una wreck the country, una left pa austerity. After all, now inherit a very healthy economy from Pakaba. Over 500 billion euros that the central bank, how do you call them? We debt them. Almost all not been there. The party una say he left a country ready for takeoff. Sound economy. Una broke down now, una left economy in austerity. Don't expect President for just go overnight to fix her. Not to magic. It doesn't work that way.
You say President Bio in government get the best brains them where they rule the country now. With the best brain them, people they expect say things for they happen right. If President Bio in government get the best brains then why them brains they are not able for handle issues of the economy? Why the exchange rate just they go up?
Fine. I will start with that exchange rate we just break up. The exchange rate, every currency in the world quite recently don't suffer against the dollar. The dollar don't get strength past all the currencies in the world. From the British pound, Japanese yen to wait any currency. You understand? Now the American dollar and I appreciate. And the issue of exchange rate, we don't get ages. You understand? Because one fundamental problem we don't ever get as a country. Now with production level, now ever don't low. Look at this, they're 11 years, what they produce. Now with the try for correct that one day, we are establishing factories all over the place. It create job. 2, it will help for address the foreign exchange business. Just quite recently, His Excellency open pineapple food factory in Subuya, 1,600 jobs. We get several other factories that we don't start up all over the place. They are creating jobs. You understand? And that's the way you address your foreign exchange issue. You will have to be productive. Which you they produce and sell. Now they bring foreign exchange come into your country. Otherwise, you will just be reliant on waiting donors in the queue. So that's why we are trying to address the foreign exchange issue. If we are now going to the interventions the way government don't make, if they talk say people they suffer, government will do anything. Now let me just say this. Yeah, starting like from the free quality education. Number 1, that intervention there, you know almost body they take away from parents. Not just go to just the school bus and transport where government don't provide. 60% of that cost now government and they bear subsidy where they provide to them country where they manage their bus the day for pay, put fuel, pay the driver there and even maintenance. Like right now, the pikin dey pay I think 2,000 wey transport is also 5,000. If you just make basic mathematics, they save 6,000 per day for one pikin to and fro. I just dey say this one pikin. If na 5,000, the pikin dey pay 2,000. Government dey bear the rest of that cost. Multiply am day by week na 30,000. If you multiply am by month na 120,000. You understand me? That is just for transport. School fees, junior secondary school na 150,000 for academic year. Senior secondary school na 180,000. So some parents get past 3-4 pikin wey dey in public school. You know most dey save so public exams fees now na close to 1 million. Parents dey no get pass almost pikin dey sit bekewas at a time. You understand? You know most dey save so textbooks, core textbooks. That's over 200,000-300,000 euros at a given time. Pikin and get another go school. You know most they save. That is a major intervention around the government do for pushing the situation.
Just is a quick one. And you mentioned say una inherit broken economy as you say. And
not to me say na the reality.
Okay.
Because they say na they talk say now stay
by words
and not don't tell them come out.
I go by words. As
no, we are all here. You self know
una inherit broken economy, and we go by the recent MCC scorecard wey show say in inflation government no pass, and trade policy, fiscal policy, we get natural resource protection, and also we get employment opportunities. These all they address the issue of the living condition of the people. What in the happen, and how we can explain that for a government we've been promised for fix the issues.
Fine. First of all, I don't start for tell you. Now I see you want for going to the MCC. Law get another the law come for that one day. But if you dey for talk on inflation, how do handle so far from waiting the command at the scorecard, a better pass to be how become say the handler. You understand me? We not go down pass some of them things way they say, but we don't make great improvements. Yeah. So, but that's another issue for another day. We continue for look at the interventions. You understand me? Now like oh just come. We revenue generation increase far past waiting to come it. You understand? But I don't have to tell you now.
What you wanna meet and what you wanna generate now?
I don't give you the precise figures now.
Why?
Yeah, because I don't get time on top of me. I don't get an answer book now. But it very clear. Yeah, I mean the experts them, Dr. Jibao and other people they explain that one day. I'm sure they will get that information in the public domain. The fact remains, when we can start, I don't tell you say first of all that is the baseline. Na shattered economy now we inherit. Nobody no go. Kaba no go challenge that one day. The austerity they left, not done till we come. They never at any point in time check records. Say we say austerity.
So how don't build this shattered economy?
When we come, we start with all the good steps. Implementation of treasury single account where it say revenue mobilization increase. And other things as well, with blocking of leakages, wastages, and all the rest of it. We begin to move on small. The records there, the data, then they will
then good steps then they Mr. say then good steps then they will say una start up with. You proud now today for Sidon and say then steps then they don't work for una as a government?
They don't work a great deal.
How?
The steps they don't take. Now they are come. Now, had it not been for COVID, we come. And quite recently, the Russia-Ukraine order can compound that. Nobody saw these things coming. We economic plan we don't put in place, so we don't start for implement. So if that obstacle will not become, would they fight for example? But even that notwithstanding, if you still watch, we get a long list of achievements the way we can boast of as a government. I start for telling you just about education. Try for Dr. Luatan and ask you just about the university not believing in the Pekin Europa. That is not true. What they simply try for do the number, like for instance, the university of Salone, I be listen to the PRO now 8,000. They're not able to take that large number. So therefore, then they try for trim the number down. That not mean to say them down the Pekin and pass so them pass. But the Pekin and pass so them pass. We gladly because it shows the free quality education in the work under there. No, so that's just one. Now I just want to say this the issue of price hikes. Yeah, let's just give one typical example now. Where before I sit down and I want for talking for saying I make a tell you not to know the making of President Bill. Now we come. when they took over from us in 2007, rest now be 60, 65, 70,000 euros for bag. Almost 11. Over 300,000 for bag. So, what it tell you, so, then you are not stable. Now, we if you come to the exchange rate, ask now almost they take exchange rate. Ask and fear. Fear now by gallon they buy when they can we are come to liter. Mr. If you convert waiting they routine out to from gallon, when they convert to liter, when them we are come to liter. They can go far up the roof. They're waiting with the buy one pakaba in ten. You understand me? So these things are not new. But with interventions, I hope I'll get more time later. So really highlight the interventions from Munafa Fund where they support businesses.
You go highlight some of the interventions.
A lot of other things there. Where really they push in that situation.
I go highlight them later on inside the program. But it's okay for a government during on a days in opposition we understand the issues, we on outline all na the New Direction Manifesto. Even President Bion during the presidential debate, he highlights all some of the issues there. So we make it tell Salone people and say they need change, and it been promised and say it will give them this change. Now you they make reference to austerity where you say President Bill take over a broken economy we make up till now things they as it is.
Khadija, anything they do in development generally, you got to call baseline. You baseline and they inform whatever policy you get for make for address that issue. You understand? That baseline will be met. There is no way we can do total overhauling and more especially when we can encounter COVID and how the Russia-Ukraine war.
So una not be
you understand?
Una not be assess that baseline they then before una make the huge promises then to the people.
They were not huge promises, they were doable. Now make I don't tell you say if you not can get obstacle, all things being equal. When we be making them promises then you understand? Nobody saw COVID coming. Now, simple example. In just 1 year, we had Ebola. Then we had wrecked the economy to austerity, from fastest growing economy to austerity. In just 1 year, when we had Ebola, an epidemic. We have had a pandemic. I can't now make this point. This point is very important.
Let's stick to the president.
No, that's no. We they talk, but the president will talk. But a lot of people they have their understanding. They listen to we. Now politics they talk. This one, yeah. We have had a pandemic for almost 3 years now. As I talk to you. China, US, and other countries still about with COVID. We don't get COVID in a pandemic, we don't affect the entire world. Unlike Ebola, we just affect 3 countries. We don't get pandemic for 3 good years now. But even with that one day, we economy not come to austerity. We still they be struggle for pay salary. Personally, they go trust money na bank. We not ever trust for pay salary. We don't pay salary for nature and day. We dey support development projects. We dey support free quality education. We don't do everything in spite of what the pandemic done for the past 3 years. We not can't tell anybody say we don't go into austerity. Unlike them, in just 1 year an epidemic, then go into austerity. So it tells you clearly who that really is sober for one this country.
So quick.
And the economies of every country in the world, and if I stress this wire, from the great United States to UK to France to Germany, every economy don't suffer. Inflation in the United States 40-year high. UK 40-year high.
So no,
and you think say na magic they be in the world? Sierra Leone is part of the world. We are also being affected.
Mr. Siseme, look at the austerity way you say una inherit una kana power. A government will inherit austerity, increase ministries from 26 to 30. How government been concerned for address this austerity una inherit?
Go over the question back again.
I mean, una say una inherit austerity and you meet government ministries 26, you increase them to 30. How government been concerned for address this austerity?
Well, in governance, you create institutions where it's necessary. And the one they will create, they're very necessary and then they get the impact on the lives of the people. I mean, take for instance, education. We split a middle. Because the president in manifesto, we don't speak to that very clearly. If we don't talk, say, it will bring free quality education. If we don't talk, say, it will come, it will enhance technical vocational education for low developed middle level manpower. Yeah? And for efficient service delivery, it's separate. We see the impact now where basic education they get. Kids are passing all over the place. Technical vocational education now they take hold all over the country. Young people will not go through formal education or somewhere don't even go there.
Where the Minister of Western Region.
They get skills now. You understand?
Where the Western Region Ministry.
If they coordinate activity, you get regional governments in upline. If you also get one
So waiting the council.
That is one again.
Mr. Now you say waiting the council go they do in that instance.
The councils?
Yes.
I mean the local government act there. It clearly specify the role. And if the whole they conflict with that other whole way they set up the office for, they no set up. You understand me? In not the conflict anyway because no member say council can't turn and I say the Ministry of Western Region a function the conflict with the mandate where the local government are not member that one day. You understand? So you look at the Ministry of Environment. Now I just talk so this long na Italy na Egypt. Environment na the issue of the day right now in the world. We only had an agency. So now visionary leadership and the brilliant country. Today we have a ministry
we are talking
where they engage at top levels. That's why we have waiting. You go to gender and children's affairs and social welfare. Now being the two, yeah. If you look at the focus, we don't go now per woman and picking the issue. It be necessary for me to separate her so that the woman and picking the issues to go get more attention. So these things are deliberate for let with people their life then change, not because they're not just creator. For let anybody just can't eat and sleep now.
I continue for the with the program. Josie say quickly with the canto Kamokaba. Josie said they'll make a lot of reference them as to what to make the country they also do so. Now due to the foundation where on a party we come out na governance we then take over. On a left a broken economy, on a left the country in a state of austerity, and all them things then this government still the struggle for fix. We make things not seem for the go right.
Well, I really see my good friend Mr. Abubakar Joe. She said the struggle. I mean, it is a very eloquent way it outline reasons them and blame games on why things they not work. But when it comes to make it outline the interventions, the way then PhDs, then brilliant people, and then geniuses, the way then get na the government, it's a lot put onto another day. Oh, that is very, very ingenious.
Yeah, MCC scorecard.
You say that
the interventions at the state and I don't talk about education. I got for council for that area.
Allow him.
No, they allow him. But he should be in charge of the car. I want to make it clear. I not talk now the MCC scorecard.
I
should not push another day. The interventions are the candidate.
I just start with education. We'll not get all day. Okay. Now the brilliant question we want to ask also, Khadija asked about the wage bill. Then Musa, you asked about the austerity and how they come up with this high-falutin governance for challenge for meet with the challenges they would meet. Now let me tell you something about taxation, raising money. Yes, but I want to tell you, say government not going to depend on taxation too much. Stress the business environment. Close down so many businesses and run them off the country. If you and then even the wage, the money where they collect, it's all focused on high-falutin wage bill. They have people where they pay 140 million leons a month, 100 million leons a month. They create them big offices them where they make so much money, and if they actually streamline and cut down on them, one great person they get $70 million. I mean, leons, 700 million leons. One great person, 70 million leons. Then you get people who already work 2 million, 800,000, 1 million. If you really streamline and you cut from the higher echelon and you redistribute the economy, this is what you were talking about, Khadija. Why they not raise the wage bill for make it match with the struggling inflation and the hiking prices? No, they cared about themselves. Then just get them big salaries then. Even my friend here in salary, if he tell you, you will be shocked. You understand? Now, you meet austerity, instead of streamlining, instead of bringing small government, you bring us a bigger government. And then they talk about separation of the gender ministry so that they go able undertake the issues the way women and pikin get. Right now as we speak, out of every 200,000 women they will go born, 1,121 they die in the process. Out of every 1,000 pikin they will in the born, 122 they die in the process.
Mr.
This is infant mortality.
Who's getting statistics then?
They are out there. Go to World Health Organization. Go to they are out there in the domain. Take it to the bank when I tell you something. I know they can begin make say 2 million barrels when 20 million barrels versus
Mr.
2 million.
Mr. Kaba, the suffering of the people in the box pop, somebody rightly mentioned say for more inu himself it's the get challenge in life. We mean say the suffering of the people not to today it starts. You during una tenure as government, how you can describe una policies them for
I refuse to
the
go back there. We don't give. Let make we vote for them. Let me vote the APC out.
But then
I'm saying so because it's collective responsibility. If they say the majority don't vote for them, then vote for them because they get their PhD, they're highly educated people, they're geniuses. Them, men and come.
Like you always say, that inherited one make them still face challenge.
Now array of excuses that they give. Men and give. What step are they taking now for make them fix this thing?
Mr. Kaba,
we have the highest infant mortality in the world. We have the highest maternal mortality in the world, and they are boasting of a good chunk of money allocated to the healthcare system.
When then data starts
talking about good chunk of money allocated to the education system, and then the universities are doubting the result. If the universities actually have a lot of people to enroll, what they do is first come first serve, and the fear thing. Not over go check back and begin test them again for see whether they pass, whether they pass.
Mr.
That is
Kaba,
very
popular
unfair.
opinion out there now that you party the APC safe not a better option right now.
Well, until we go to the election, then we'll tell you which is a better option. If you pull somebody say you're not being good enough and you are worse than that person, the people then go judge back.
How you waiting you go show for let people believe say una a better option than be make mistake for pull on a party and put the SLPP.
But it is written on the wall. Now if you go to the marketplace, the inflationary rate in terms of food stuff, we are talking about 200%, 300%, and the entire economic inflation now, Sierra Leone is at 34, greater than all the other countries in the peer group and in the globe. So why is all of this happening? This country fails to focus on its people, and they are speaking to high-falutin global ranks, and the CSOs are helping to send fictitious figures that is enhancing all of those things, but the people are suffering. But let me tell you what, the MCC 500 to 600 million, where they feel say they are going to get, trust me, it's not coming because the democratic situation is still dismal. And when in 2000, in the first year of APC, we won the threshold program, and they give it 44 million and they can't eat them because that 44 million run into April 2021. 44 million and then give it for threshold. And what happened at that time? We passed 12 indices out of 20. They passed 10 indices out of 20. The high-falutin blow up fighting corruption, now input them over the bar where they pass, where they hold on, let me articulate this properly. Now controlling of corruption is one of the hard hurdles, and then they pass them. Not that they pass more indices. We pass more indices, 12 indices, we do with threshold. But in the same year, we get with threshold, we don't spend them. And then don't get compact, then they just tell them, for say, look, we arrange the compact program, meaning that the compact program is not ready and it's not going to be ready because of bad governance and investing in people and many other loopholes they wouldn't get with the need for fix. And we, in the first year, we spent 44 million. Elect small, they say half full, but they are half empty because you're talking about 500-600 million. Where? On a brand camp, 2 years going down the line, and at 2020, then they get compact. They started to get compact in 2019, compact in 2020, compact in 2021. But with the money, show me the money. Show me the money. They just want to get threshold. We show you the money, 44 million. And that 44 million went into water supply and electricity. But they are not showing us the money. They are just talking big, high-falutin languages, same shattered economy, good old cliches, beat up languages, then they carry it to the
Continue
people.
for the week.
Show me the money.
Continue.
Why we don't show now the money? We don't show for the 4 million.
Continue
When
for
I
stay-
get
una
500 million on the pipeline, it's not coming.
Continue
It's not
for
going
stay-
to come
una
until we
conti-
go into the next
We'll
government.
continue for stay with we inside the program. Good morning, Salone. You dey listen to Karamo Kaba. He dey represent the All People's Congress APC party inside the program. And also before that, na Josie say we they represent the Strategic Communications Unit, na the Ministry of Information and Communication. They are for talk about the livelihood condition of Salone people.
All right, we continue with the program. Good morning, Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. We still get Abubakar Josise, we na the head for the Strategic Communications Unit at the Ministry of Information and Communication. Karamo Kaba, member na the main opposition APC party. Today na the program where they talk about condition of living of people. Will they come back to you, Josise? Earlier, Mr. Kaba make instances of some of the things them where them been do right during them time in governance, and some of the things that we in things say una not they do right as a government, and una fail for work with people them when I expert them in some certain area them. And you also make mention of austerity with them being declared during that 10 day. With the current states where people they live now, a lot of people we talk to them, they say na term now for left presidents being government declare austerity.
Oh, you know, declare austerity because the other environment is not there. Yeah, we as we talk so we get something. They not begin nothing again. They be if they go to us for pay salary, we not don't go to that level there. So we know the austerity we not near this. Yeah, but I just start for correct one or two things. In maternal and infant mortality data already, I then outdated one day. Yeah, the latest one, look at 170 deaths per 1,000 life births. When a significant improvement far compared to each other.
So you,
What are the
so you pull
70?
your
So which means in
statistics.
your eye,
No.
1,000 life baht.
No.
You don't do the higher one. Thank you.
No.
Me man, check the numbers there.
But now they
Thank
tell
you,
you.
thank
so
you,
now,
thank you, Josie.
now somebody just said this to me. Now listen, let me tell
Exactly.
you.
They said the wrong one to you.
We interventions.
Increase them for we.
We intervention. You know, increase.
He increased. He said 170 per 1,000 life
Basically,
baht.
what I tell for tell you, the reduction don't be something at
Me say
20%. You
121.
understand me?
Okay, go ahead and make your
Don't be
point.
170, not 170,000.
No.
170 deaths.
Per
Yeah.
1,000.
170, the 9 they send to me.
170
This
per
from their next
1,000.
part. So
Per
now
1,000. Me
now
say
make a post,
121 per 1,000.
make a-
Yeah, I
make
say
a-
200,000. Now 1,001. That now infant mortality versus maternal mortality. Yeah, now two different statistics. now
So
I
just
So just
focus.
say quick.
Please increase them for we.
No,
Fine.
please. I
Thank
said
you.
that somebody just send this to me.
Exactly.
Yeah?
The person don't increase them for
But
we.
wait till me aware
Now, but
of-
check you.
There has been a great reduction in maternal and infant mortality. The latest
But
data
what
they
you
only
do,
show
we know
that.
the reduction.
You understand me? So now make I say this.
Now increase.
Quickly, we interventions them. We don't increase salaries to plenty people in this country, from teachers to lecturers to the security forces to civil servant at the top cadre, all across. Then I want response down there.
That salary increment, it reflect to how people in the live.
To how people in the league?
Yes.
Say no.
A better pass to a day.
Wow.
Yeah, at least an increments.
But the
You
prices
understand
are
me?
high now. So if
they-
somebody
they-
is
well, so now a response that one day. Now one of the responses they go able to do for pushing the situation.
If government
if somebody be they
increase-
spend 500,000 for solving problem, you able increase now to 700,000, 800,000 for them. Now improvement down there. At least you help for pushing the situation. Now we come to job creation. Teachers no more we don recruit over 9,000, direct recruitment, replacement, etc. Health workers we don recruit over 4,000. You understand? Several other recruitment don take place at the security sector and other places. Then people are not be get jobs before, now they have jobs. You understand? Then they self na push the situation. You look Munafa fund, over 5,000 businesses wey don benefit, wey government don support them small businesses so. Then they self don help for pushing the situation. Agriculture we dey provide seeds. The last 1 year, because of the good work wey Dr. Chakada, former deputy minister of development, dey do now the Salone National Seed Certification Agency. Now we no dey import seeds again. Government no dey import seeds again from out. That they don save government millions of dollars. We gather seed dey now. The rest we dey give to farmers. You understand? Fertilizers as well. We dey give. We don bring machines and come. The last one we don bring over 400 tractors, combined harvesters and other agricultural implements. You understand? Quite recently, we don't go get more support from China. His Excellency don't commission them as they. We don't go into mechanized farming. We will not ever go into again at this country. This year, go up country now. Plenty people then they able for eat now, waiting and they go. Like how somebody be the town earlier on pada Vox Pop because of the support the way government they give. And I had the drive of His Excellency because this is what they go by. The price don't go up bad one at the international market. As long as we go buy and come, now this kind of always the
so waiting on the Tomabom Rice project.
That's another issue for another day. Waiting I know
the structures
are they come. That's a massive project. The structures are being put in place. Work is going on there. The structures are being put in place. Yeah. One major structure we will need for the under now irrigation. If you go for the like if one produce rice for the export and get enough for it, you go for the doing like at least 3 times for year, then 3 months variety. You understand? You need irrigation for that because we're not saying that 6 months. So irrigation then a massive project and other structure they are being put in place for that for happy. But all over the world, massive rice production they go on because of the support, the intervention of the government. For instance, we have
all over the world.
Just say for listeners, the what people they expect from government in ensuring that they improve their lively condition. Quick one will not get better time again.
Well, fine. Then also taxes as well. Yeah, even the fuel what they talk so. Yes, I tell for now. Even the fuel what they talk so, taxes as well. When can work about it? The last time we they now by wait gallon with the bad don't establish that very clearly. Now the brand come we pack about there be gallon. Now the brand come to liter. When you convert them, now boku they find excess of what they buy now. Okay. But government don't continue for let go taxes for most essential commodities. We also they say they na the country enough.
Thank you.
We don't reduce taxes. And for pushing the prices, let not watch my people pass it today.
Thank you, Josie. Say Kamokaba as an opposition, whose role una they play for ensure say una support government's agenda for improve the living condition of the people of Sierra Leone.
We have always been supporting them through them kind of program. They show them, point out their shortfalls. They're not the taker and they're very obdurate. They're waiting and believing and believing. Now, they talk about global metrification. I doubt if you understand waiting at global metrification. All of the world don't go metrics. You understand? Only for America. So, in other words, for let we be at Palo harmonize our figures with other parts of the countries in medical, in physics, in science, in chemistry, in everything. We have to go metrification. And metrification then bring the fuel from gallon to liter. But you know, affect the price. So if you really know what's in a global metrification, you know, can I use that there as a point? It's a feeble point. You know.
Would they round up the program?
So now, what in this government need for do? They are too late to do anything now because the people are going to the polls in 2023. We don't talk till we don't tire. All that they were doing is running after the previous government, blaming the previous government. Josie said, I don't blame. You don't give Harris of blame. 4 years and a half later, you know, give we one reason, you know, give we anything where this government could do for make them at least improve the lives of the people. I feel sorry for the Okada man where say he give 150 loans to police for every now and then waiting for left hand because we all don't agree for rogue we serve in this country through a roguery system we don't set up for we serve. Nothing is working, everything is roguery. Police are taking money willy-nilly here and there, and we are like in a it's like a zoo of people. The way the government is working.
About public reactions as you say Salone no go win the compact.
Salone don't already get compact. There are conditionalities. You have to continue for good governance, democratic governance. You have to continue that. And by the way things are happening right now.
The US government very soon.
Pape, when we get threshold, we don't spend them. We don't spend threshold money already.
40 million. We are
44
millions of dollars. We're at the pipeline for
44 million. Everything at the pipeline. From now to 2023. Get out of the pipeline.
Now wishful thinking.
Now we don't spend money. We can't beat you by election. Then now we spend.
Thank you very much. Now the end. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Now they end the program. Good morning, Salone, for today's edition. Many thanks to all we viewers and all listeners them. We join me this morning, Michael Sambola and Alex Coleman, and then produce the program. DJ K-Man give technical support. Usman Kamara and Joseph Songan, and they make una watch we live on our Facebook page. Mina Khadija Bangura, they wishing all a lovely day.
And Musa Kamadi say bye bye.